I usually have an answer to the question, but this time I'm gonna be quiet. This time, ain't nothing.
What is up, my people? What is up? I am back with another What If Deku was trained by the Special Ops, well, Black Ops. So, in my last part, I didn't really explain how he was trained. Well, Inko and Masashi trained him harshly. By the time he was able to walk, he knows, Deku knows he's bilingual. He knows like 20 different languages, which I think is all of them. I don't really know. Also, he lives alone because his parents, after they were done training him, his training was like weights, firearms, martial arts. So he's very skilled in everything he does, along with his quirk. And his quirk is very strong for his age. And Deku, the reason why I said in the last part he doesn't really talk much, like he's basically like Ferb, is because during training one day, his mother and father were playing a game of hide and seek with him. And what happened was he was attacked by a Wolverine. And the Wolverine scratched his throat, well, cut into it, severing his pipeline. And he does not have the ability to talk that much because it will start to hurt. And yeah. So, alright, I'm back. I had to see what that was. So, anyways, yeah, that's the reason why he can't talk. And if you're wondering what he looks like with when he's not in his uniform, because that's basically his uniform, what you see on screen. Oh, and I should add, he will be going to UA, but he will be sent there to protect a girl. And that's the only reason why he will be there, but I will not disclose that just yet. But back to what was going on. So Deku and All Might are fighting, and All Might's like, let's relax for the last month. Deku's just like, okay. And then he goes home to a surprise. He sees his mom and his dad. And a mysterious man just sitting down at the coffee table. And he just looks at his mother and signs, because since he can't really talk that much, he would have to learn how to sign. So he would sign who's that man and what's going on. And this man is, wait for it, Mr. Yaozu. Or, yeah, I think it's Yaozu. And he is hiring Deku to protect his daughter. And so Deku just nods his head. Inko asks how much to pay, and he was like, however much you want, because I don't really know the currency. I'll have to look that up later. If I said his name wrong, tell me in the comments. But yeah. And then Momo walks in, and Mr. Yaozu says, "Oh, there she is now. This is your new bodyguard, Momo, Deku looks over to Momo and waves his hand. She asks, "Can you not speak?" And Deku just says, "No, I cannot." And then she's just like, "But you just did." And so Inko explains what happened, and Momo's just like, "Oh, sorry about that. Kind of just wasted your only sentence for the day." And he signs, "It's okay." And she was just like, What are you doing?" And Inko's just like, "I'll teach you how to do sign language so you can understand what he's saying." So, um, they spend some time together. They spend the entire month together. And I'm gonna say one day while they were out shopping in the mall got, mm, yeah, the mall got taken over by villains. What type of villains? The Yakuza. And Overhaul's there with Eri for whatever reason. I don't know why. Weird man. Whatever. But Deku just springs into action and conjures up a Desert Eagle, two of them, one black and one silver, and a vector, a highly modified vector. And they only shoot rubber bullets because he does not want blood on his hands yet. Yes, I'm saying yet. And so Deku, being Deku, who he is, he gets to work taking down all the villains, Ghost Recon style. But yeah, so that happens. He takes down Overhaul, like legit knocks him out clean, and he sees Eri, and Eri sees him. And I'm gonna say Eri knows how to sign, and I'm also gonna say she's like a little bit older, so she has control over quirk. And so once she asks him, "Why don't you talk?" He explains what happened. She was like, "Oh, I can fix that." And so she heals his throat, and now he can fully talk again. And then Momo runs over and holds Deku's arm because they've been together for a while. I'm gonna say this is like the last week of the month before entrance exam. And so they've been together for a while. They got feelings for each other. And also, Momo convinced Deku to become a model because in this What If, he looks pretty good. Like, no homo, but like, he looks pretty fucking hot. No homo. And I have a picture of that coming up, but yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that. And so, oh yeah, and none of the pictures that you see, I did not draw them. I found them online because I cannot draw if my life depended on it. So, they would take Eri home, and she would be living with Deku, because my man Deku is like the most responsible child you will ever meet in your life. So, yeah. And then I want to say the time skip to the entrance exam. They're just like walking in, and Momo trips this time. And Deku, even though he has fast reaction speeds because of his speed quirk, he doesn't react fast enough. But luckily, Ochako is there, and she does what she do. And yeah, and then this is what Deku looks like right now, because, why not? That's him when he's modeling, and that's what he's wearing right now. And so Ochako was just looking at him, just like, "Hey, you're that boy that does the modeling thing, right?" And Deku's just like, "Yeah, what about it?" And she was she was like, "I'm a really big fan. Can I get an autograph?" And holds up a picture of him. He's just like, "Yeah, sure. What's your name?" She says, "Ochaku." And he's just like, "Oh, neat. All right." And so they get through the Exodus Jam, and Deku, being Deku, because he's a very smart child and he's very powerful, he passes pretty well. And yeah, and then suckers. I made you think it was gonna be Momo. It's actually Mina. Because people were really hating on her quirk and how she looks. So her dad hired Midoriya's, the Midoriya, and yeah, please don't get mad. But I had to do you guys like that. It's the second episode. I'm throwing a little surprise, make you guys think one thing, throw you in another thing. But yeah, him and Mina are really close. They have somehow Mina got him to open up, and he's not as stone cold as he used to be. And so he's basically like a male version of Mina a little bit. But yeah, so him and Mina are waiting, and they go out on a date, but they bring Aerie with them because they don't want to exclude her from anything. So yeah, and while they're out, I'm gonna say Midnight, Aizawa, and Mirko. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce the bunny hero's name. But they all see her, and they're just like, "Wait, that's the missing girl." And Deck is just like, "Yeah, I kind of saved her during an incident." And they're just like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then they would get their letters and head off to school. And I'm going to say Mina and Deku are the first ones there because, Deku wakes up early to get his job done and all of his chores, cook breakfast and all that. So, yeah. And then he sees Mr. Aizawa and wakes him up for a little bit, saying, "Do you want to be sleeping? And how long do you want to sleep?" And Mr. Aizawa says, "At least 20 minutes. Keep the entire class quiet for 20 minutes and we'll be alright." And so Deku just says, "Okay." And then, yeah. So everybody comes in. Ida's being Ida with his choppy hands. Bakugo's being Bakugo. I'm gonna say Bakugo isn't really as much as of a dick as he is in canon. He's still arrogant, but not that arrogant. Like, he can admit when he's wrong. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that off here, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Thank you.